Morning they woke to a bright sunny day. The sun streamed in, almost blinding Uzuri, but Orko would be up and pulling the curtains together. Then Orko would spend a little time in the bedroom with his baby sister. He would tickle her and cuddle her and stroke her as if she were the best baby in the palace. Then, while Uzuri came back to preparing breakfast for everyone, Orko gave the baby a bottle of milk, because she can't eat solid foods yet. Orko would gently say things like, "Does baby want her bottle?" Or, milk, it's good for you. Once Faraha had her breakfast, Uzuri helped to burp her. Then Orko, his sister, and his baby sister would go off to play. One of Uzuri's favourite things to do with her baby and Orko is hide under a piece of golden silk. Its soft, rich colours match the walls and pillars in the palace. Uzuri would throw the silk blanket high into the air and land it on Orko and Faraha as they hid and giggled cheekily. Uzuri would crawl under the blanket and look around for them, and then, when she saw her brother and her baby, she crawled quickly up to them and cuddled both of them. Some days they go out and get some fresh air. Their favourite place to be is in the meadow, where Uzuri could relax with Orko, while Orko would play with Faraha for a while. Hang on a minute. In this meadow, their bond was almost as strong as Orko's bond with Uzuri. Orko would spend time cuddling Faraha to his chest, or lying down and holding Faraha up into the sky. They would lie down together and watch the clouds pass by in the sky, forming beautiful shapes as they passed. Sometimes Orko took Faraha to the stream, where they paddled and splashed and felt the water for minnows, which tickled Faraha's toes like 1,000 little waterproof feathers. Orko would splash Faraha in little splashes, while Faraha would lie in the water with Orko lying head to head with her. Back in the palace when it was raining, Orko would sit in the throne room with his nursemaids and uncle and spend a quiet moment with his sisters. All the lions' thrones are like beds for the lions to relax on. And Orko's throne was right next to Uzuri's. Lucky little thing he is. He would stroke and comfort his little sister and tell him stories about whales and elephants and unicorns. Other times they would look out the window in Orko's room together with the lights completely low, and Orko would talk with Faraha how lucky he is to have such a lovely sister like her. At dinner, Orko helped Uzuri feed Faraha some porridge, which she enjoyed more than her milk. Although she got milk all over her mouth, Orko used a soft hanky to wipe it all off, and sometimes he would share his food, which is meat served with vegetables, with Uzuri. Uzuri, Orko and the other nursemaids always shared with each other, which Orko shared with his little sister too. When visitors came, Orko would be upstairs in his room playing with or tickling his baby sister, or hiding under the duvet with her. Orko had formed a lifelong bond with her, something he will remember forever. On evenings, Orko would bathe Faraha in the palace baths, and sometimes his sisters would join in too. It was their evening bath, and Orko enjoyed it muchly. He would excitedly hold on to Faraha and lift her up into the waterfall so she'd enjoy her shower, while the other lionesses cleaned and cared for her. Sometimes they added bubbles, which delighted Orko because he would pretend to be a shark coming to eat Faraha, or a fish swimming around her. He and Uzuri would teach little Faraha how to swim, even on their visits to the beach sometimes, because like most babies, Faraha is a natural-born swimmer. When everyone is drying themselves, Orko would laugh because Faraha got fluffed up as always, and used a soft bristle brush to make her fur all nice and smooth and soft. Once Orko's cloak had completely dried, he put on his pink nightgown and tucked himself into bed beside Uzuri and Faraha. Uzuri would read the two a bedtime story about places around their kingdom, folklore and myths, some of which were too scary for Faraha to take in, so Uzuri had to tone it down a bit so she wouldn't wake up screaming in the night. Then, when Uzuri turned off the light, she, Orko and Faraha slept soundly, knowing they'll always be together as a family.